Welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2019. The Xbox E3 briefing just wrapped. There's a lot for us to cover, so much. Here to help me are Miranda, Ryan, and Sid. We are jumping right in, starting with the moments that got us the most excited. This is Replay, powered by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Let's start with Miranda. Halo Infinite.
I'm feeling so many things. I mean, when you love something so much and you hear like a musical cue, like your heart just fills. It's like, I gotta go pick up a controller. Like, I have to go play Halo again. And we know we're gonna play the next Halo. Vaguely. Yeah. Holiday 2020, we got this very nice cinematic teaser of kind of setting the tone of like where we're going with Chief, or that he's been floating around for a while, and this other guy's also been floating around for a while. Now they're gonna maybe team up and do something for a little bit, or at least Chief will help him get somewhere a little bit safer. Sure. But the whole trailer itself was just very exciting.
How about you guys? What did you feel?
Leaning heavily a lot on story. This was a total. There was no real proper gameplay here. This was just all about setting the narrative tone and what's going on with Chief and the universe. And I loved, we talked about the spiritual reboot, the new art direction. He's got his 117 back on his armor like he did in the original days. So that made me so happy, that trailer. I was thrilled with it.
His screen's also a little brighter, right?
Yes,
yeah.
He's a little greener.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I'm like kind of shook right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying really hard to articulate myself without like crying, because that'd be really embarrassing. And then my makeup would get all over my face. But it was just, I mean, to echo what Miranda said, just like hearing that musical cue and like even hearing the noise of like the health bar power up.
Yeah, that was
just, like, oh my gosh. And even honestly, the beginning of that was kind of remnant of like the first time you play the game and you're learning the controls and whatnot. And I just, oh my gosh, we're going to play Halo in Holiday 2020. Like, what is happening? I just, like, they didn't show us that much. And honestly, I'm okay with it because it was just enough that I needed to continue to be hyped and not be upset. Like, I'm so excited to see more.
And on the tech side, a real good taste of the new engine, too, especially when it went first person there. It's not necessarily proper gameplay, but it's like that's representative of what the new engine on the new console is going to look like. It looked awesome.
Totally. I seriously cannot believe that we are going to have another Halo game to play. Like, it's happening,
I love the Chief so much, and I just want him to be successful in everything he wants to do.
Right?
And I'm also sad for him because whenever he turns the chip, it's like, no way I detect. It's like, oh, so much. Anyway.
There's a lot of feelings right now.
So many feelings.
All right, so now we know Halo Infinite will be a launch title for Project Scarlet, which is launching Holiday 2020.
Yes.
Ryan, what did you think about the sort of the presentation they had for their next-gen console?
That was about what I expected. They kind of seemed to copy the playbook from the Scorpio reveal. Was that, I guess, 3 E3s ago now, I think, if my math is correct. But, they talked a lot about, I guess it kind of made sense not to bog it down with numbers, because I think most people are probably just bored by straight numbers or just confused. But like, well, wait, what is it? How many teraflops or what? But they really contextualized it within playing anywhere and this being a super powerful console. And you notice Phil just made a specific point. This is custom built for games and games alone,
right.
which is just putting to bed any worry of like, hey, we're not doing any like all-in-one entertainment TV stuff this time around. Don't worry about it. There's no Kinect that we're gonna tie up some processing power with. So it was really awesome to see the sort of confidence in Microsoft in laying out the Project Scarlet vision. It's and plus the Elite controller as well. Yay!
Yeah,
bonus.
I know. That was such a fun little, like, I didn't know that I needed another one, and like those little upgrades. But the joystick, like tightening.
Yes, the tension.
Yeah, all that
tension. Thank you.
That customization, like there was already a good layer of it, and hearing that there's like, hey, we added even more features to it, but also we're making a more stable experience, because I know after a while, like Elite controllers could kind of, wear out a little bit.
And I'd like to say, I couldn't have been more wrong about my Ori release date prediction, but dead on with Halo launching alongside the Scarlet in Holiday 2020.
And you can use your new Elite controller to play Halo on your new Project Scarlet Xbox.
Yes.
I am still bummed that Scarlet's not coming out in the spring. I was really hoping.
Miranda.
As soon as they said Ori was in spring 2020, I was like, it's not going to be in spring. Like they still have too many games to roll out, and I'm sure they're still working on it. So I do want to see it.
Well, I think a lot of us were expecting to see Cyberpunk again, but Sydney, were you expecting to see Keanu Reeves?
Was I expecting to see Keanu Reeves? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. And I feel like coming hot off of John Wick 3, which I'm a huge John Wick fan, And then seeing him, what was that movie?
Always Be My Maybe.
Always Be My Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
great in
Keanu,
that.
you are the best. I am censoring myself so much right now. That's why I'm talking so slow. But you are the best. I want to like be best friends with you. Maybe even adopt me. Like come back to E3 whenever you want. And even his fun little like spin to the release date. I mean, we got a release date. That was the bonus.
Yes.
I didn't even need that at that point.
Yeah.
But we did get a release date, and Keanu's in it. He wasn't just there telling us about it. So I'm definitely way hyped on everything right now.
By the way, which
can't tell.
the release date too begs the question of whether or not there'll be an enhanced edition that they sell again for Scarlet, or if there'll just be a Scarlet free patch to sort of take advantage of the extra power in the new console.
Yeah, well, and is your save going to transfer? I know that's getting
my big
but that was my first thing was I was like, wow, this is coming a little sooner than I thought. I don't want to put a bunch of time into this and then lose it.
So I do like that it's coming out earlier in the year because then I'll have the whole year before fall and the new stuff hits. But I am also concerned that I wouldn't want to start that world over again, right? Based on like what we've seen from it or kind of what we expect from CD Projekt Red. I don't want to have two files juggling them.
You could always roll a new character.
Yeah, but I don't
Play
want to.
differently.
I'll be attached. I'll be attached.
No,
And
I'm
so,
right there with you.
Yeah, there are the concerns with that, but we'll see, right? I don't know.
Now, what do we think about Gears 5? We didn't get like the gameplay demo that I was expecting, but
Yes. Yeah. So I will speak to it if it's okay.
Yeah.
So Gears 5 is our IGN first, which is super exciting. So we actually got to go up to the Coalition and see this before the show. They did this very nice teaser that we're watching right now for kind of Kate's mentality as she's heading into, I guess we're heading into Gears 5 and how she's very literally split on a lot of things, and she's going through a lot mentally. But what the actual press conference focused on was Gears Escape. So Escape is a new mode coming to Gears 5 that's kind of in line with Horde as it's a PvE, but instead of about defending, you're supposed to be super offensive and try to finish this mode as fast as humanly possible. And so you're part of a team called the Hive Busters, and they actually have their own backstory. Like, these are all new characters created for this mode, which we will definitely get to talk about more here soon because we have a special guest coming up. And so you're in this mode, and you jump in, as you see with this trailer. They plant their venom bomb, and you just have to get out. But the thing is, you have limited ammo. All you come in with is a pistol and your knife, and you've got to escape and also make the most of your time because you have this venom trailing you. So you're working with limited resources, a lot of enemies, and death is right behind you.
And some abilities, though, we saw teased in the trailer.
The biggest thing, too, so they introduced this idea of, like, hero characters. So these will work in both Horde and Escape, and they have an ultimate ability and passive ability. And the idea is that you have to work cooperatively as a team to strategically make your way through this. Because there's some elements you'll find that you can't just shoot through because you're limited on your weaponry. So these abilities help you get through better. So we saw one of the character, her name's Lonnie. She has an electric knife, and so she can just chain stun a bunch of people, and also do damage. But then someone else can take advantage of that stun and just take them out, like all these enemies. But you could also just use that knife to just take out a larger enemy and be done with them. So there's a lot you can do there.
Yeah. Well, Gears 5 is looking very cool. It's time for a quick break. More about Microsoft's E3 conference when we return.